Well, someone's joining me with another vision of how South Africa should look like. It is Nelson Mandela's great-grandson, Luvuyo Mandela. Thank you very much for your time. I'm sure it's been an incredibly busy day.
Yes, it has. Started earlier this morning on eNCA, and it's been a roller coaster ride since.
Now, you're also a philanthropist like your great-grandfather, but before we get on to that, let's talk a little bit about your personal sort of favorite memory of your great-grandfather.
I'd say the favorite memory would be the first time me and my cousin Tembela had met him. It was in Durban, and walking into a hotel room and watching this tall man extend his arm out and greet us, and it was surreal. And then in hindsight, just that experience to finally actually get to meet someone that you had heard about for so many years and finally put a face to the name, so it was good.
You're actually the first Nelson Mandela grandchild or relative that I've ever met. My question to you is, we see him as the statesman, we see him as this philanthropist, as this human rights activist, struggle veteran. What's he like as a family member?
He's the old man smiling at the end of the table. He's our great-grandfather. For some of us, he's our father. For some of us, he's our grandfather. And in fact, we were just joking about this afternoon in terms of when you relate to our great-grandfather, the respect that he, I wouldn't say demand is a very strong word. I'd say that the respect that he gets from you is by being an elder in the family. It's got nothing to do with his achievements on a global platform and outside the actual house and the family household. So it just goes back to when we're at home, he's the elder of the family, and we respect him accordingly.
You're also, Luvuyo, involved in philanthropy yourself. You're involved with Cheese Kids. What did you do today for your 67 minutes? And perhaps for those South Africans out there that have not completed their 67 minutes, what do you have to say to them?
Okay. For me, the family got together and we went to SOS Village, and that was more along the family getting together and doing the 67 minutes. And then from there, we went over to the hospital to sing our great-grandfather a happy birthday and have lunch. I shot over to Yamaha, South Africa, and I actually got to enjoy them hosting a concert for 67 minutes for Moriting primary school. And they'll be donating some musical instruments to the school. And then in terms of this weekend, I'll be joining Cheese Kids over in Atteridgeville, because they're putting together their series of 67 minutes and allowing people to take advantage of that platform. For others that haven't had an opportunity to actually get out the office today, you still have time to log on to the Mandela Day website. There's 47 pages of different initiatives that you can get involved in. So if something doesn't tickle your fancy there, then you can always, I wouldn't say good friend of mine, but a gentleman that I met recently, who's now the head of Read a Book South Africa. And if you can't make it to any one of the events and an activity that's outdoors, then you're welcome to read for 67 minutes. And they are heading that initiative as Read a Book South Africa. So there's a number of different initiatives that people can get involved in. And believe me, I can almost promise you'll feel good about it and you'll be encouraged to do it more often.
We're both young. What would you say to a young person who perhaps would rather stay at home and play Xbox or hang out with their friends, go out? What would you say to get them out and doing their 67 minutes? Why is it important?
It's very rewarding. I wouldn't necessarily say people must change their lifestyle completely and all of a sudden dedicate the rest of their lives to philanthropy. That wouldn't make any sense. The economy would crumble. But do what you're good at doing, but also find a time to reward yourself and actually pick up someone else. And it's how we build communities, it's how we build a nation, in terms of recognizing each other, everyone, as human beings, and remembering to take that quick second to give somebody a pick-me-up. And that's what it's about. It's give back activities that allow you to recognize the humanity in someone else, and while doing that, it feels good. So.
Well, 47 pages of initiatives. I'm sure there must be something out there for everyone. Thank you so much for your time, Luvuyo Mandela, great-grandson of Nelson Mandela. That's us from the Nelson Mandela Centre of Memory. Back to you, Joanne, in studio.
Robyn Kriel. News that moves. eNCA.com.